Ah, yes, sir. Eric Lima here. You watch my YouTube show in which my sentimental thoughts come from my heart and where my mental oddball shenanigans are coming from my brain. It's EML77 TV, episode 559. What's going on? Hope you all having a wonderful morning. 8:09 a.m. Thursday, April the 16th of 2020. In the middle of this whole stay-at-home edict under our governor, Charlie Baker of Massachusetts. What's going on, everybody? Got some exciting news. I figured, it's exciting. I don't want to talk about this. Pressure Luck is returning for a second season, and there's new whammy slides. I see just three new whammy slides so far. One whammy is flexing his muscles like he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, like this is fantastic. And another one has a hammer, like he's whistling. He's got a hammer behind him, like I'm gonna bash somebody in the head, but I don't know who. And then there's another one that was a yoga pose. I'm like, oh boy. So I joked about it because that whammy must have done the DDP yoga. Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited about it. In fact, Pressure Luck did tape before this whole thing started. This whole mess happened in the middle of March. But nonetheless, we're having 12 to 14 episodes this time around, which is a good thing. And I think it's going to be on May 31st at 9 p.m. on Sundays. Yes! Sunday's actually a day I can watch Pressure Luck on a Sunday. And this is the first time Pressure Luck's been on a weekend. If you don't count the episodes on GSN Network, and which is really cool, and you did, or a buzzer, you have a buzzer on your thing. Check this out. I'm really excited about Pressure Luck. It's one of my favorite game shows. I grew up when I was watching as a kid, hosted by the late great Peter DeMarkin, God rest his soul. If you had a game show Hall of Fame, Peter DeMarkin would be inducted, in my personal opinion. I don't know if there's a game show Hall of Fame. There should be. This should be a game show Hall of Fame. Why not? There should be is there? That's why, I don't know if there's a game show Hall of Fame. Any game show buffs out there, if you feel there's a game show Hall of Fame, let me know. I personally think that there should be a game show Hall of Fame, my personal opinion. I'm just saying. I think if there was, Peter DeMarkin would be one of the first ballots. But you talk about first ballot game show Hall of Famers, obviously Bill Cullen comes to mind. I think Bob Eubanks, Wink Martindale, Jim Lang, a lot of good folks. Jack Barry, obviously, a lot of good folks should be having a game show Hall of Fame. It should be a game show Hall of Fame. It should be a lot of game shows, obviously. Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy have been the longest running game shows. Price is Right. If let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I don't like talking negative, but let's say all game shows are gone, all right, are done, I should say. Price is Right is done. Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy are done for whatever reason, and all of a sudden, and they had a game show Hall of Fame. To me, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, and The Price is Right would be the first ballot, because those three have been the longest running game shows in television history. Here's the weird problem. I'm not a big fan of the shows. I'm not a humongous fan. But those, I'm not obsessed with watching them or anything like that. I've always loved the games of luck and chance. Why? I think it brings more of an excitement, like Pressure Luck, like the Joker's Wow, like Tic-Tac-Toe, like Bullseye. Those four game shows to me, are the game shows of luck and chance and spins, and, as 3 to 4 game shows are all about the spinning of the game board. While Tic-Tac-Toe is more strategy than anything else, and choosing the right categories and the right spots. And that's probably the reason why I like those game shows. And then it's so unique that, game shows like that, could be, are a lot of fun to watch. I know Wheel of Fortune's all about spinning as well, but you got Hangman. It's been around for a while. Jeopardy's a little bit more serious, and then you got and 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 then you got The Price is Right with all sorts of various games, pricing games on there. And the fact of the matter is, it's a lot. They're a lot of fun, and don't get me wrong, they provide a lot of great moments and highlights. But like I said, Joker's Wild, Tic Tac Toe, Bullseye, and Press Your Luck are my 4 personal favorites. If I had a personal favorite list, if I had top 5 personal favorites game shows, those were my top 4 or 5. The fifth would be MTV's Remote Control. It was the top 10, and Nickelodeon's Finders Keepers would be up there. Nick Arcade would be up there as well. Legends of the Hidden Temple. I can go on. I could seriously just go on when it comes to top 10 favorite game shows. And I should be doing a list of that. I think I did that once, and I don't think I did. Well, I'll figure that out. Anyways, if there was a Game Show Hall of Fame, a lot of these game shows would be on there. A lot of game show hosts would be first ballots. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Growing up in the 80s, game show sets taking on a whole different light. Especially Bullseye was the one that kind of inspired Joker's Wild and Tic Tac Toe to change their sets almost. When Tic Tac Toe had the same set until mid '85, and when Jim Caldwell was the new host, they changed the set completely. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. The only Tic Tac Toe I've watched up until that point was when Wink Martindale was hosting it. But I didn't see any of the Jim Caldwell episodes until when Game Show Network started airing them. And it was the first, I'm like, and I first saw the new set, I'm like, they had a new set. I didn't know about it. I didn't know about the new set. And then I didn't know about the new host, Jim Caldwell. I was like, wow, I didn't know Tic Tac Toe changed their set, too. I know Joker's Wild had changed their set. And then, and I was kind of shocked when I first saw Bill Cullen when I was a kid. I'm like, I wonder what happened to Jack Barry. Jack Barry retired or something like that and found out he passed away. And, it was so weird. And I didn't know that Bullseye didn't only lasted 2 years. And I'm kind of trying to hypothetically speak. If Bullseye lasted as long as Joker's Wild and Tic Tac Toe did, I wonder if the set would change, and I wonder if the host would change too. And if let's just say that the only reason why Joker's Wild and Tic Tac Toe lasted longer because I think Tic Tac Toe did have a celebrity thing, but it was more of a tournament than anything else. They had a couple of tournaments back then and everything else. But they didn't do a regular celebrity thing like Bullseye did. But if Bullseye decided not to have any celebrities on a regular basis instead of just like a one-off tournament or something like that, like Tic Tac Toe did. Joker's Wild had a tournament of champions, but if Bullseye did not do that, I believe they would have lasted longer. And who knows? And if they decided, well, Jim Lang is not the good host for it, we need someone else, probably younger and fast paced, and we could have seen somebody like Ray Combs fill in or Bill Rafferty. You never know who would be a great host, for Bullseye if the producers say, well, Jim Lang is not the perfect fit for it. Who would know, right? We could have saw Peter Tamarkin before Hitman. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll be honest with you. I really don't know. And I'm trying to talk a different subject here. Maybe like I'd be like if Peter Tamarkin was an unknown. Let's just say Bullseye lasted about till 85, 86. And then you got, let's say an unknown came in for Jim Lang. Let's say Peter Tamarkin did. I wonder how he would do with Bullseye. I don't know, he'll probably crack a joke if somebody gets struck by lightning or something like that. I don't know. It was like, bust out the raincoats. There's another lightning bolt heading the way, or act like a weatherman, or somebody. Okay, let's just say, let's just say that Hitman did not, show up, and Peter Tamarkin was looking for a job. And I don't know. Peter Tamarkin, would he have been the great host of Bullseye? But then Press Your Luck changed his career, so and it made him a game show hosting legend. Who would have been for the first? if the producers decided, well, let's let Bullseye last longer as long as Joker's Wild and Tic-Tac-Toe, who would be the perfect, if they decided to replace Jim Lang kind of like in the mid part of the, let's say, the third season or something like that, or they want to start the third season with a new host, who would be a host of Bullseye replacing Jim Lang? And I'm trying to figure that myself. I'm trying to see who would be a better host than Jim Lang. I like Jim Lang, don't get me wrong. But, if you want the show to go fast-paced, well, who would Jack Barry and Dan and Wright have in mind? Or would Dan and Wright have in mind? Well, let's say this. Let's say when Jack Barry passed away in 84, all right, Dan and Wright decided to hand over the reins of Joker's Wild to Bill Cullen. I think Jim Peck would be great for Bullseye. I think Jim Peck would have been great for Bullseye. Well, now Jim Peck knows a thing about the devil because he's done Second Chance. So that's the thing. So I think, that's why the reason why Jack Barry wanted him to host the Joker's Wild. But then again, let's just say this: if Bullseye, if Bullseye lasted till like 85, 86. You have Bill Cullen hosting the Joker's Wild, and you have Jim Caldwell filling in, replacing Wink Martindale. I think it would be something else if Dan and Wright says, "Hey, we still got Bullseye. We want to host that." Jim Peck said, "Okay," and Jim Peck would have replaced Jim Lang. Like one Jim replacing another Jim. Who knows? Who knows? That's my. If my life was in an alternate dimension type deal, you know what I'm saying? It's, game shows were, now you got bigger amounts, money amounts up to $1 million and all that, and just, it's crazy. It's totally. I think that's what I should do on my next episode. I should do that on my next episode. The top 10 personal favorite game shows. I think I should do that on my next top 10. But the reason why I segued into all this is because Pressure Luck is coming back next month, May the 31st, at the end of May, starting June. Summer of Fun and Games returning May the 31st, 9/8 Central on ABC. I'm excited. I'm excited to be actually on Sundays now. I can actually watch the show. That's the thing, too. I don't know if it did return on Wednesdays. I would have actually, because we moved our rehearsal to Tuesdays. But then again, like I said, with the whole thing happening and all that, it seems like, So I'm totally excited, to be honest with you. And I'm totally excited about second season of Pressure Luck. I mean, that will take my mind off a lot of things going on. So I'm going to try to do that. That's what I'll do on my next episode. I am going to bring to you guys my top 10 personal favorite game shows. And you're going to see it on the next episode, all right? I'm going to try to get us off the schneid that we're currently in right now from a mental standpoint and do this, all right? I am excited about this part. So I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll come back on, and after I do this next episode, I'll probably come back with another episode of Get These Thumbs. I think I have an idea of what I want to play next, and I'm going to try to figure everything out as I go along here. All right, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Remember, Pressure Luck, 9/8 Central, May 31st, 9/8 Central on ABC, Sunday. Can't wait. I'm excited. Hope you are too. All right? So, until then, big bucks, no whammies. See ya. Bye.